Towards the game, comic book collector investor. X-Men #1 takes 3 out of 10 spots. Welcome to the top 10 high CGC comic books sold on eBay, July 12 to 18. Coming number 10, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue 50, signature series. This one came out in 1967. It got two signature on it, Stan Lee and John Romita. Grade CGC 8.5. The asking price is $8,495, but it's actually sold for $7,221. So let's go to Heritage. Over Heritage, this one we have an 8.5, but this one have one signature, Joe, just Stan Lee right here. And this one sold for $9,600 back in June 2022. And the next one we have the two creator, Stan Lee and John Romita right here. And this one sold for $4,080. So that's an increase of $3,141. This is back in June 2025, which was a year and 1 year, 13 months ago. And then we have another one right here, sold for $2,520 back in January 2020. Coming number 9, Fantastic Four issue 1. This one came out, according to the sales, it came out in 1962, but I believe it came out in 1961 there. But anyway, grade CGC 3.0, custom label. Got the Fantastic Four team on the label there. And this one sold for $7,011.05 with 41 bids. So let's go over to Heritage. Okay, we have a 3.0 right here. And then, yeah, it does say 1961 though. Alright, so this one sold for $17,400. So that is a decrease of $10,389. This was back in June of 2022. Let's swing right here. One sold for $16,200 back in October 2022. And then let's do one more here. And we have one sold for $14,400 back in October 2022. Coming number 8, Astro Boy issue 1. This one came in 1965. Gold key. Grade CGC 9.6. First appearance of Astro Boy. And this is a file copy right here. The asking the sale price is $8,600. So let's go over to Go Collect. Over Go Collect right here. Let's see, 9.6 right here. And then unfortunately not too many data. The one that was just sold on eBay is not listed yet. The highest, this one sold $3,600. So that's an increase of $5,000. And let's go over here. $3,600 was back in April of 2023 right here. Coming number 7, X-Men issue 1. This one came in 1963. Grade CGC 5.5. Beautiful copy. Silver Age Grail. Final auction price was $10,099 with 75 bits. So let's go over to Heritage. We have a 5.5 right here. And then this book sold high $26,400. So that's a decrease of $16,301. This is back in September 2021. And then we have one sold for $25,200 back in August of 2021. And then we have one sold for $19,200 back in September 2022. Coming number 6, Incredible Hulk issue 181, grade CGC 9.6, white pages. First appearance of Wolverine. This one asking price of $19,750, but it's actually sold for $15,000. So let's go ahead and take a look at the GPA. Okay, so we have a 9.6 right here. And then let's go across right here. Okay, this was the one that was sold on eBay. 9-day average, 12-month average, 2025 average, and 2024 average. So more closer to these numbers right here. And then let's go down this way. And then this book sold as high $36,000. So that's a decrease of $21,000. And over here, 2026, 11 was reported. High being $20,000 and low being $12,000 average. So pretty much what the one I was sold on eBay, pretty much close to this average right here. The $36,000 was sold back in 2022 there. Comment number 5, joining into mystery issue 85, CGC 8.5, first low key, white pages, asking price was $16,000, but sold for $15,200. So let's go ahead and take a look at go look into Heritage. Heritage, we have 8.5 right here, and then this book sold as high as $5,019. So that's an increase of $10,181. However, this book was sold back in February 2018 there. And then we have one on the right, sold for $3,346 back in November 2014. Come number 4, Amazing Fantasy 15, Grade CZ 4.0, Restore. First appearance of Spider-Man. This one came in 1962. Asking price was $20,000. Was actually sold for $16,500. So let's go over to Go Collect. Okay, Go Collect. We have a Restore 4.0 right here. And then this was the one that we just sold on eBay, $16,500. Not too many data here. Let's go over here. $16,500. That was the one that was just sold on eBay. And then look at this. There's one sold for $7,011.74 back in October 2024. And then we have one for $19,200, and the highest was $19,999. So that is a decrease of $3,499. And this was back in March of 2021 right here. Come number 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle issue 1, first print, CGC 8.5, asking price was $19,000. Unfortunately, I couldn't find out what this one was sold for though. If y'all watching this, if you know how much this one sold for, let me know. Let's go to Heritage. Over here, Heritage, we have 8.5 right here, and then this one sold for $22,200. So let's just say that book sold for $19,000. So that means this the book went down $3,200. This is back in April of 2021, and then next one sold for $18,600 back in April 2022, and then next one sold for $12,600 back in July 2024. Coming number 2 for this week, X-Men issue 1, grade CZ 5.5, Staining Signature. This one came in 1963 by Marvel Comics. Asking price was $22,950, but it's actually sold for $19,000. So I did have one X-Men book that is a blue label, 5.5, sold for $10,999. This is a 5.5 also with Staining Signature, so for $19,000. It's almost like $9,000 increase with a signature on it. So let's go over to Heritage. Heritage, we have 5.5 right here. And then this book sold as high $15,600. So that's an increase of $3,400. This is back in November 2020. And then we have another one right here with Staining Signature. So for $13,800 back in November 2024 right here. Come number 1 for this week, X-Men issue 1 again. So this is the third copy of X-Men issue 1 in my top 10. This is a graded 7.0, and it's a blue label right here. And asking price was $25,000. Unfortunately, I could not find out how much of this one was sold for. So let's go over to Heritage. Over to Heritage, we have an old label right here, and this book sold as high as $63,000. But let's just say the book sold for $25,000 on eBay, so that's a decrease of $38,000. This is back in April of 2022, And then we have one blue label right here. This is a new label right here. And then this one sold for 49,200 back in June 2021. And then let's do another one right here. We have one sold for 40,800 back in June of 2022. And then let's do one more. One sold for 30,400 back in August 2022. The X-Men movie is coming soon, so this is a good time to buy X-Men book, or is it too late already though? Comment below, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the content. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.